That's why we.
Place.
Damn,
Look in the middle until it's done.
mission confirmed. That's crazy.
You can find me on DoorDash, and hopefully you get me.
You
Uh,
rubbing that knee is nasty, nigga. That's nasty.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were acknowledging that you were of the elder race. But you can find me at.
The elder race. That's something. On. It's giving me everything I need. When Cyclops said, "Give them the forecast," I got wet. I did.
All right, Zelman, you're under her. You're next.
Yes. I mean, chicken.
Wait a minute.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Monray Hudson back again with another episode of Making Make Sense, the podcast, of course. I'm your host, the one and only Monray Hudson. And, I can't do this alone. I can, but it wouldn't be as good. So I have to be joined by a colorful crew of collective people. First and foremost, to my immediate right, the public figure in an undisclosed location. It is Indigo Williams.
We outside, and we in a red sun right now. That's where we at.
And speaking of people that will be found, we do have the Afro-Commie 765, the degenerate head of HR.
Yes, your local neighborhood scumbag. Here to give the folks a daily dose of dirtbag. Same, give a different day, all gas, no breaks, cold hard outtakes, and everything that comes with it. You niggas know the spiel.
Sir.
Yes, and we will have quite an interesting show today, of course. First and foremost, we will begin it with a review because this was a week where some stuff happened. And first and foremost, Supergirl happened. DC's second foray into the movie scene as of led by James Gunn, at least. They're resetting everything. So we were joined by a Supergirl movie that begins. Of course, we'll have Spider-Man come out later on next month and stuff. But we had Supergirl. Now, of course, the Afro-Commie doesn't care. He of the patriarchy and all that mess. He don't care about Supergirl, so he refused. So he refused to go watch it. But me and Unico Williams did go and watch the movie. Now, as you've seen this week, this movie has had mixed reviews. I think that's the best way to just say it. They put it on a long line.
Is that mixed?
They've had a long line of female-led movies in recent memory when it comes to the superhero genre that just have not been as good. Of course, the first Wonder Woman was amazing, but it just has been not as many. So we have the Supergirl movie, and Rotten Tomato score, I believe it started at around like a 58% by the critics, but as of now, I think the audience review has given it around a 75% when it comes to their reviews. But it's been middling reviews. Some people have said that it's been pretty good. It's been a nice entertaining ride. Some say it is a horrible movie. Some say it has good and bad parts to the movie. So it's been just a lot of different opinions. We'll give you ours. Of course, Unico Williams, you are one of the few select people that have gone to watch this movie. What was your thoughts of Supergirl?
Wasn't it exactly what it was supposed to be?
No,
it was actually exactly what it was supposed to be.
Oh, was
it? So let me tell you why, in my mind, in the quote unquote, we're going as people that watch films, not people that are just all the way in with DC. Even though I rock with DC, I rock with Marvel, I'm here for it. Sometimes being in a disclosed location, you're on one of the busiest roads in the world. But what I'm trying to say to you is this. I mean, what did you want? What do you want? Like, okay, yes, could this have been some kind of series they started on HBO Max? Yeah, I think he could have did that. I think he could have did it. But they went the route of let me skip a couple of phases and let's do what we did with Superman. The new Superman, Man of Tomorrow. What do we do with him? Just jump right into it. just jump right into it. Like, dude, we know you from Krypton. It is what it is. And in this movie, they just threw in like, okay, cares from like a chunk of Krypton that they saved, and you got a little cousin that's on Earth. And then with the new information that we have about Superman's mission to Earth, we found out that he was supposed to be a Viltrumite at the end of the day, but on that kind of on that kind of level, uh, procreate and conquer. But I mean, man, it was just a story, and I think that Avengers and that whole series has set the bar so high for what everything is supposed to be as a superhero movie. Like everything's supposed to connect to something. Everything's supposed to be. You can have just standalone stories and still have a good movie, and I think that that's what this movie did. Like I kind of was like, dang, this didn't connect to nothing. But then I was like, I'm so spoiled by the MCU and what they've done that I have to step back and just watch it as somebody that's just going to the movies. And it was a cool movie. It wasn't nothing groundbreaking. And honestly, like I said in my review, wait for it to come out on HBO Max and watch it then if that's how you feel about it, because you're not missing anything if you wait till then.
Uh,
Does that make sense, Monray? Or am I saying something wrong here?
no. It makes sense. It's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and add Zell in here. Even though I'm gonna give my review, I just feel like putting him in here for the heck of it. But Supergirl, the review, and then like you said, like they reviewed some bad things from test screenings. Like maybe because when they talk about Krim, like I get into it when talking about Krim, like who's the antagonist for this movie, some stuff like he's saying like I'm with him when it comes to saying what did you expect from the movie, because when you say what did you expect from the movie, and mind you, this is going to include spoilers. I'm not going to hold back spoilers from the movie and things of that nature, just so fair warning now. But when it comes to
Which,
movie,
from a canon standpoint, folks,
I mean,
nothing was really spoiled. It was just a standalone story. I'm just throwing it out there.
Well, spoilers of what happened in the movie.
Yeah,
but I do got questions after Monterey give his review. I'm gonna ask questions. Let me be.
No problem, because the patriarchy down here don't care about it. So, but this in general, when it comes to the review of the movie is not as bad as some critics and everything was making it out to be, especially because I didn't expect much from a Supergirl movie in and of itself. Like, Kara is not necessarily one of the biggest DC stars that you're gonna know about, but her origin story I thought was done very well in the movie. Showing that Krypton didn't just explode like most people just figure from Superman. No, they actually lived on, and some other stuff happened after that point. And they chose her original origin story where like she's actually a lot younger than our Superman that we know of versus like the redid origin story that had her be a little bit older. So either way, it's fine. But her origin story I thought was really good. I think she makes a good Supergirl. I don't hate the acting, the role that she played, and nothing in nature. I don't hate that. I think that was fine. So that like her and herself, and of course, because I do have other pictures and stuff here that I said she was fine, and of course Lobo was fine. I had no problem with Lobo at all. Like Jason Momoa was a fine Lobo. He was good. I didn't have really issues with what he did in the movie, like at least what he did. So I think that in of itself is fine. The problem I have when it comes to the movie is that it seemed like they tried to make this Supergirl movie the same way they did the Superman movie, which was some hilarious, funny bits, throughout the entirety of the movie, not to really take it very serious in most of the parts. And the problem that comes with it is that the plot that this is centered around is a very serious plot. It's probably Kara's most important plot when it comes to her entirety of her story. And so making it very unserious at times really just made this a bit messy. Like it tried to make it like they made Superman, which is just weird to me. Like there are parts in this movie that are reflective of parts they did in the original Superman movie. Like not gonna lie, but they tried to make Kara be a little bit more like Superman. That's not really her. And like Kara is just more of a complex individual. Like she has other stuff that she's dealing with, stuff that she struggles with. And the problem was when they tried to be serious in the movie, like when they showed her origin story, when they had Kara, be serious in space, stuff like that, show some of the grief and things she was working with, that worked. That's fine. When they tried to be a goofy movie and try to have all these extra slapstick jokes throughout the whole thing, and most of the jokes just didn't hit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it was very few times I laughed throughout the movie, even though the movie had a whole bunch of comedy throughout the whole thing. It's very few times I laughed in the movie just because a lot of the jokes didn't hit. It's just like I guess, you know, like you tried and whatever. So I think this movie would have been better if they made the whole movie more of a serious vibe than rather try to make it a funny movie with serious parts mixed in. And then also to my other point, like I said, I enjoyed Lobo for what he did in the movie. They could have made this entire movie without Lobo. Like it's not like Lobo really added a lot to the movie as a whole.
We need a Lobo solo movie.
Yeah, like he didn't really add much to the movie. Like it was one part that it was one or two parts that he did that actually helped Kara, you know, like in the entirety of everything that she was doing in the movie when she was fighting the antagonist or anything. It was like one or two parts he did that actually helped. And most of that was at the end of the movie. Prior to that, Lobo didn't really add much to Kara's actual story or what she was doing. He was just sort of there. And it's like, in that instance, I'm looking like, okay, Lobo mostly was there to sell the movie. If I had to make it the honest guess, like it seemed like he was there to be in trailers and to sell the movie. But in the actual movie, he didn't really add much substance to it. It was just like, okay, Lobo's sort of here, he's sort of cool. That's not it.
Can I just agree with you real quick on this?
Yeah.
The stakes never felt high in this movie. I thought everything was gonna be okay the whole time. So like the stakes were never high ever.
Like I rocked with it, like because the antagonist, you know, was Krem. You know, they made them like seem threatening for the people that they were actually trying to threaten. Like, you know, Krem does seem like he's a bit of a dick, definitely a bit of a dick. You know, didn't mind killing people, didn't mind slaughtering them, doing whatever he wanted to do. They sold that part, but it just like even when it came to Ruthie in the origin story when he just murdered her family for the heck of it, like it was fine, but because they made the movie.
Remember, will you go back to the picture you just put up?
Oh, you're talking about that one?
That was our antagonist?
Yes, his name is Krem.
Yes.
He's the antagonist. He's the main antagonist.
Krem.
This nigga looks like a hoe. That's all I got.
That's why I said the stakes never felt high, and then we didn't see a lot of Supergirl like feats. Nothing felt very important in this movie. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, I agree with
I mean,
Monroe.
it's a
Like it just
Supergirl
didn't feel.
movie.
Stop it. Let's look, there's no girls on the panel today, so you don't need to antagonize anyone. Like let's
I'm
just be
not
honest.
antagonizing anyone. I'm telling the truth.
But no, it's Krem of the Yellow Hills. He's a Kremlin or whatever. He's the main antagonist in the movie.
I know who Krem is. Fucking.
But it's weird because like Unico and Afrikami said, once Kara got serious, it was never a problem. It's just they made it. They basically nerfed Kara at most times. Like she had the red sun effects in the beginning of the movie.
Who has a kryptonite freaking kryptonite sun? Who has that?
Yeah, like I mean that's the thing.
And it's
like,
only half
sun.
the day. It's only half the day.
Yeah, like they had
what?
red sun for the first part of the movie. Then towards the end of the movie, they had like a green sun, which was poisonous to her. Then she got shot with kryptonite arrows. Then she was poisoned in like the mid part of the movie. So they consistently nerfed Kara because once Kara got serious, there was never anything he was gonna be able to do there. Like once
that was the most consistent nerfing I've seen in a long time, bro.
Yeah, like once we got to this part in the movie where she put on the Superman, there was nothing Krem or none of them were gonna be able to do to her. Like they even had to shoot her with kryptonite arrows at this point, just for a little bit of a threat to still pop up. It was just like, but there was nothing that they were gonna be able to do to her once she got full power. And just so I get it, but like the weakness of like the movie, like I said, Kara is a good Supergirl, and the serious parts of the movie are fine. It's just the antagonist is weak. Like, you know, they made him be a threat to everything else, but it's just like it's just not really a lot of stock in Krem that I really just had for him.
I ain't gonna lie, putting Krem in a movie with Supergirl and Lobo is crazy.
Yeah, I was like, he just
like okay.
That wasn't going to draw you to the movie theaters. Like, you're supposed to be like, start this bitch off with Brainiac, right? Like, you know what I mean?
So like, you know, Krem wasn't gonna be that much of a threat. The whole point of the movie was to save her dog. Her dog was the thing that was the pushing part of the movie that she was doing all this for, was to save her dog. It was to save Krypto because he got poisoned in the beginning of the movie. So I was like, you know, it's fine. Like, you know, you want to save the dog and everything, and it helped to drive the drama between her and Ruthie. And then just when it came to Ruthie, I'm just be real, like
very much remember that girl America? Remember her from Doctor Strange? Like, why were you here?
Like she's a
we know why America Chavez is here.
Like she's
no, but still, she was just a side note, bro. She was a side note.
She was literally the reason Wanda needed her to move the whole world. She couldn't do it.
No, I'm saying like,
but still, she was still
about
needed.
America Chavez. Like she was literally the whole point of the movie.
I'm like, but in this movie, it's what Unico said. Like, she's essentially just a plot device. And to be fair, she really wasn't needed much either. Like the way they wrote, like in the actual story,
Not at all.
she's like in the
Not at
actual
all.
story,
Well, I
comic
don't know
story,
about this
Woman of Tomorrow, she's a very integral part of how Kara changes as a person. But in this movie, the way she was written, the only part she was really needed was like she helped save Kara in like the end of the movie when like there was a green sun threat, and she's the only reason Kara got out of the green sun. Otherwise, Kara would have died right there. Prior to
And
that,
Kara knew her. She knew herself at the beginning of the movie. She didn't need nobody to push her to who she really is on some
Well,
real stuff. Like as I'm watching the pacing of the movie, I'm like, she's not learning a lesson she didn't learn in the first 20 minutes. Now it's just like
Kara didn't
embracing it. You know?
she didn't want to accept the grief and everything that she was dealing with, and she didn't want to accept, trying to do something as a person of good. She mostly just wanted to, be drunk and, not deal with her grief and not deal with her feelings and all that kind of stuff. It's cool, but it's just the way they wrote the movie. Lobo was there to sell tickets. Ruthie wasn't really needed other than one or two parts of the movie where she actually helped Kara. Prior to that, she didn't help for most of the stuff. So it was like, it was mostly Kara keeping her out of trouble because she's essentially like a normal person with a sword. They don't really know how to use it. So like most of the movie, she wasn't really a help to Kara. Lobo was there to sell tickets and the antagonist is weak. So that's why the movie is a struggle, because it's like outside of seeing Kara be Supergirl, it's like, I mean, even, like Ruthie ain't really interesting outside of when you see her family get slaughtered. It's just like, okay, cool. And then after that, we go on to our next thing. So it's not a lot of substance in the movie that they actually build upon when it comes to the other characters. Kara is fine. Everybody else is just sort of there. And it's like, well, I can see why they say the movie. Like for me, this movie is what people, and I ain't gonna say people, but like some of y'all, even on this very show and the other shows like Blur Cartel and everything else, this is what some of y'all think Thor: Love and Thunder is. For me, this is what y'all think this movie is. Like for me, this is what y'all believe Thor: Love and Thunder is. Y'all act like Thor: Love and Thunder is a struggle to get through. It's a tough movie. Nothing really happens. A lot of the comedy don't hit. And like I don't see the purpose of it. This is why like a lot of comedy don't
Thor:
hit.
Love and Thunder gets too much hate. I went back and watched it a couple times.
I can agree.
It's not as bad as
It's just a
it got
story.
better over time.
It's just a story that doesn't have to be a big overarching thing to the next big bad. Sometimes you can just tell a story.
That's my thing.
I get what Joe's saying. Not everything needs to be the lead into the next big thing.
Oh, wait, Joe, you hate Wonder Man simply for it because it's not leading to nothing else.
I never said that I hated Wonder Man.
You just
think
what's the point? And I'm like,
no, because I didn't know, because the way that we have been conditioned is for all things Marvel to lead into something. So when something happens that's not anything,
does that when he's right about that.
So that's why I was like confused about it, because I was like, isn't this what is this linking to? Because that's what I've been conditioned to think. But now I'm at a point where just give me the movie and then whatever happens, happens. And if you like, if there's some callback,
I just want to make sure you go Wonder Man.
So no, I liked Wonder Man as what it is. It was exactly what's supposed to be, a standalone show that has nothing to do with Thanos.
Monterey,
It's okay.
I got a question for you about this, because I did want to ask.
What's up?
Because I heard this same thing about his comedy and serious moments. And this is what I was worried about, because he does like comedy style movies that's not serious really well. And even Superman, yes. And even Superman to a certain extent is like not a serious movie. It's more of a think piece that can have comedy in it. I worry about serious time. Like, I worry about Batman with James Gunn simply because I'm like, you cannot put any comedy in any Batman movie or it's going to throw it off.
Like,
you have Robbins for that, right? You have Robbins to help you off. Put that,
Robbins died. They didn't comedy for them. Their parents died. It's like everything. And the other one got murdered and didn't start going on a shooting spree and murdering people.
I was say Robbins are horror stories, brother. What do you mean?
But I'm saying as their their origins suck. But I'm saying once you get with Batman, they're always like the silly, goofy kid that's around Batman.
You met Nightwing?
Well, about how they're being raised by a man that's not their father, and they want to get out of this town. I just saw Robin that nigga besides Teen Titans.
Nightwing is witty. Damian is not cool. but Damian is, but Nightwing at least in the DC animated universe, their Robins tend to be funny except for Damian. Like they're kind of actually funny.
Todd
Although
is not
somebody
funny. Todd is like a want to kill.
he wasn't a like man, you gotta go back to the Batman animated adventures. Like, can we go back to that at least? Like they were like the silly side of what Batman could.
Never seen Robin be.
Okay, so there's a couple of things I'm gonna
That's
say
fair.
about that. There's a couple things I'm gonna say about that. One, like I said, this just like I'm glad that some people feel like Thor: Love and Thunder isn't as bad. I've never thought Thor: Love and Thunder was a bad movie. I always thought it was fine. You know, was it amazing?
Agreed.
No. Was it better than Ragnarok? No. But I just never thought it was a horror movie, though. It's been a number of times there have been people on this show that said Thor: Love and Thunder is a horror movie. I refuse to just think that. But no, because it's not that bad. But this I can see why people just think it's bad because Kara is the best part of the movie. Everything else about the other character is just like, why are we here? Like, and that's majority of the other characters. Like when it comes to Ruthie, the way they wrote her is just like, man, Lobo is just mostly there for a little bit of comic relief and to sell tickets and sell trailer points. That's really what I think Lobo was there for, because he doesn't really add nothing to the movie outside of helping Kara when they're on the ship a little bit when she's hit by kryptonite arrows and stuff that she literally pulled out herself. But whatever. Like, so there's just not a lot that he actually does, and then just the antagonist it just never really seemed like a threat, you know, and just what they had to consistently nerf Kara for it to be a threat. So most of those was what it is. But the other part I say, which is going to segue into the next one, we're actually talking about the future of the DCEU, is you are afraid about how James Gunn does with serious things because he likes to add a lot of comedy. I will say for this movie that if they would have took out a chunk of the comedy and focused more on the serious aspects, this movie probably would have been better, because The Woman of Tomorrow is a very serious story, and there's a lot of stuff they could have went in, whether it was Kara's drunkenness, more of her grief, more of her running away from stuff, more of Ruthie's grief of losing her entire family, everything in nature, Lobo's backstory, the crap that he didn't got pulled in just as a whole. There's a lot of serious concepts they could have just added to the movie that they did not do.
I just want to make that perfectly clear.
What?
I'm here for debaucherous horror Supergirl. That sounds amazing.
No, but y'all wasn't here for She-Hulk doing that. But anyway, I digress. What about
supposed to be a fucking lawyer, nigga?
Well, I mean, but she was debaucherous horror too at some points in that. But y'all hated that.
No,
but
we just didn't care.
I didn't care about that part.
Joe,
I just cared about how horrible the story was, and we didn't.
We did not care. The story was not good. With
all right, brothers.
Like I said,
nobody can explain the plot to She-Hulk to me.
I was gonna say no. I hate that you said that, because I was about to be like, Joe, tell me what She-Hulk was about.
No one knows.
Regardless of that, but before we get into that, before we get to our next thing, Nico, what is your rating 1 through 10 of Supergirl?
With it being exactly what it's supposed to be, I would say it's a 7 for it being just a standalone story. No attachments, nothing like that. Just a straight up story. Let me just give it a 7 for what it's supposed to be. I could even go as low as 6.5. Honestly, it's not something I'd never watch it again. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this a 6 out of 10. Like, I think it passes. Like, I'm gonna hold you. I think it passes. And for me, 7 out of 10. I think this is a 6 out of 10. Like, I think it passes, and I think it barely passes. Like, it's a movie that I was willing to sit through the entirety of the movie theater. There was never a time I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave midway through the movie. It's just that bad. Ain't nothing of that nature. But
let's be honest, as much as movie tickets cost, ain't nobody leaving halfway through, nigga. I don't care how bad that shit is.
Man, nah.
I've left Zendaya movies before, so
I ain't gonna sit here and lie.
That's just because you don't like black women anymore.
No, I ain't gonna say
no,
that.
No. It's because I don't like my sister girls getting a train ran on by white dudes, but that's fine.
Like in
it be like that sometimes.
No, I'm saying in 2026, if they would be like, "Hey, Thor: The Dark World is coming out in theaters," I'm sorry, I'm walking dead out in the middle of that theater.
The tennis movie, Joe.
Like I'm leaving. So
it was a tennis movie. I did walk out of it. Yes,
there are some.
That shit was gas.
It ain't that bad. It's a passable movie, but it's like Nico said, I'm not gonna watch it again. No, unless I need to find a scene or something that leads.
That movie was a fucking slapper.
Will lead into our next things, because Zell was wondering about the future projects. These are the upcoming projects, as far as I've come to understand, of the next projects for the DCEU. The next one is the Lantern series. It says early 2026, but ended up getting moved to August of this year. It comes out in August. So some of these dates might not be hard back, but these are the next things. The next one is August. That's Lanterns, and then
Why the
Clayface
fuck do we
is
need a
another movie.
Clayface?
Both of these supposedly are in serious states. Like the Clayface is a origin story for Clayface. Rising actor, goes under, all that kind of stuff, and so that one's actually supposed to be a bit of a scary movie or a bit of a
Wonder Man.
for that premise. And then when it comes to Lanterns,
can I be
supposed to be
honest?
an 8-episode drama style series following intergalactic cops going into a murder investigation. So both of them are supposed to be serious. And then I couldn't tell you what the story of Man of Tomorrow is, because we know by the end of this Supergirl movie that Supergirl came back to Earth, and she said
This looks like
here with Clark. So both Superman.
There's nothing good. There's nothing that looks good in this lineup.
Antagonist of what they will bring up that'll challenge both of them, and but they're both here, so we'll see how that goes. But your thoughts of maybe future projects of what this is going to lead to, or your hopes and dreams, Zell, of the upcoming future? Because matter of fact, 3 of the next 4 projects, because including Batman Part 2, 3 of the next 4 projects by default, I think, have to be serious and not very funny.
This looks like bullshit.
What do you think, Zell, we're gonna get from this?
So first off, Lantern,
Can't hear you, Zell.
Hello? You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. So first off, Lanterns, it looked interesting. They took a serious story, and it's gonna go back and pass. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna look at it. Clayface, they told me it's gonna be like the Joker good in a way of a thought piece, and I'm like, I still don't care about Clayface. You put a Batman as a Clayface villain, I didn't care if Batman was
anybody from that nigga's rogues gallery, yo, and you picked fucking Clayface.
I think you're trying to do horror.
I'd have took a Mr. Freeze movie before a fucking Clayface movie.
I think it's
or is this a series?
It's supposed to be
is it a series or a movie?
No, it's a body horror movie.
It's a movie.
Oh, bruh, I'd have took a Mr. Freeze movie before I took a fucking Clayface movie.
A body horror movie in the terms of Joker is the reason Joker worked in the first place is because the Joker is such a complex character that it worked.
Just remember how bad the second Joker was.
Yeah.
I remember how good it was. Yeah,
they turned it into a musical, and then they said everything.
I was saying they turned it into a fucking musical. What do you mean?
The dude is crazy. What? That was his perspective. It was a great movie. No, but I argued that another day.
Look, Joe, just because you resonate with a movie doesn't make it good, brother. I love you.
I don't fucking resonate with the movie, motherfucker. But first and foremost, so you can understand.
I can see you run up and downstairs. I can see you run up and downstairs singing and shit.
No, I can see a person that has mental issues.
Nigga, just because you resonate with the movie doesn't
mind.
Mean it's a good movie. I love you to death, Joe.
I don't resonate with the movie. I thought it was an artistic way of displaying mental health issues.
This nigga wants to be Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't. Who? Joker does or me? Because I don't want to be Joaquin Phoenix. No, nigga.
Joe, I got a question. Would you just start bust out in song if you could sing? Would you just
Yo, no. Look, he'd do it different. He'd just bust out his action figures. He'd be like, look at this.
Would you have music playing around behind you as you walk around if you could?
Shout out to Toy Story 5. I think Andy had it right. You just imagine with what you got.
Okay, yo, all I know about Toy Story 5 is that there's gonna be a bunch of freaking there's a bunch of random hentai that's being drawn of Buzz Lightyear and Jesse in this nasty work.
Freeze is a good villain. I don't know about a solo.
That's actually the point. That's the point I was actually about to make.
You can get a good movie out of him, like the story of how he lost his wife and to go into crime and trying.
2-1 angle.
John Q style story out of this shit.
But you already done that, man. You've already done it. It's a trope that we've seen before, just like we saw with Supergirl. We've seen this trope before.
It'd be better than fucking Clayface, nigga.
Okay,
how do you know that?
Clayface gonna be fucking Jennifer.
How do you know
that? Let's get it.
Let's go back to Batman part. I don't care about Man of Tomorrow. I'm not watching Dynamic Duo. I'm sure not gonna watch.
Yes, you are.
But Batman Part 2.
Joe gonna watch
the
all
first
this
one.
shit.
I really liked, so I'm looking forward to Batman Part 2. I'm interested in that. They also did a good spinoff with Penguin.
Oh yeah, I'm here for Twilight Batman.
Yeah,
that's the Robert Pattinson one, right?
And this one, kind of started the script before he got there,
shit.
so I think he just left it. Like
he was vengeance.
It's not really like James Gunn baby. It's just in another world, so it's probably like let the director do his thing from the first one. I have more faith in that one, especially with serious topics. So I look forward to that one. So I look at Lanterns and Batman Part 2. So that's what we got.
Hold on, is Lanterns going to be a series, Monray?
Yes.
Yes, 8 episodes.
It's a series, bro.
I might fuck with that because, like, if we get an episode for each Lantern Corps, I see what you could do with that. That fits the regular 8-season format that we've been getting. There's 8 Lantern Corps, right?
There's
this
more than that, ain't it?
Green,
this show gonna be about
blue,
John Stewart.
pink,
actually this show
green,
gonna have
blue,
both of them in there.
pink, yellow, orange.
The show is
red.
about John Stewart and the old Green Lantern. What's and Hal is going to like he's kind of like he got kind of kicked out of the Lanterns and he gave it to John.
Yeah, they're both.
And he's in jail for some reason. They see the story of
I don't like that thing because
end up being in jail.
Lanterns gives me the feeling that we were going to talk about the other Lantern Corps, and
Nah,
now you're telling me it was just a hit.
All 3 Lanterns are supposed to be in there.
It was just a neat, aloof way to.
Yeah, they got like Earth-based murder mystery vibe, supposedly from Lanterns. They have
got the 3 Green Lanterns from Earth, so that's why I call it Lanterns. You got 2 of them specifically.
Well, see, they should have called it Green Lanterns because Lanterns made me think we were going to get the other Lantern Corps.
I can understand why you would think that for sure. So I'm with you on that.
Well, they're not.
I mean, honestly, when you just hear the
Sinestro,
Sinestro, fucking
yeah, you can go places with that.
They are not doing one episode per Lantern Corps.
We got like 6 or 7 Lantern Corps if you count the White Lanterns and the Black Lantern, the one Black Lantern.
Well, there's only one. They're not giving you a deep. They're gonna talk about the 3 they have.
And see, now I've made myself sad though, because I thought we were gonna get live action Larfleas,
no Batman is something I'm interested in. I can understand that, especially based on how Sony done did all of the solo Spider-Man villain movies that didn't go well.
No, but those have been garbage, nigga. Why would you want to do that?
No, that's what he's saying.
He's saying that he's not interested in a Batman villain movie without Batman.
It's Monray. It will forever be Morbin time. Remember when he said it's Morbin time and then people are all over the place?
We're agreeing.
Nigga,
we're agreeing.
Why would you want to do that?
We're not saying we want to. We're agreeing that they're bad ideas.
I'm asking you, why would they want to do that, Monray?
Because they got to make money out of the IP.
Yeah, but we've seen that these fucking Rogues Gallery movies aren't good.
Well, tell that to James Gunn.
Only Marvel. Like DC did a great job. They did a great portrayal. They did a great portrayal of Joker.
I mean, maybe they're gonna do it good.
Joker kind of easy to do though. That's not.
I'm very pessimistic. When
Joker's
okay.
DC,
like that's if Marvel did Doctor Doom. If Marvel did Doctor Doom, it'd be kind of easy to do too. Like, it's certain Magneto too. Magneto would be easy. Like certain villains just easy. But when you start going into like Morbius,
no, I think Joker is very unique in that standpoint, and you don't want to make a Malcolm X video about Magneto. I don't think that.
I ain't gonna act like DC ain't screwed up on some of their villain movies before. Like they have a bad Suicide Squad movie that's in existence. They ain't like they ain't screwed up on their movies before.
Yeah,
but don't we got Nightfall trilogy coming out, like animated DC? Like let them cook right now.
Yeah, animated wise, they're fine. Animated.
And by the way, let's be honest.
Let them cook. Let them cook right now.
Certain movies just gonna succeed off the strength of the name. Joker's, Batman, Spider-Man.
Oh no, there's been some Spider-Man movies.
I'm afraid of this Spider-Man movie. I'm gonna be real with you, y'all. I'm actually kind of afraid of it. Like I said last week, if you go back and watch the show, I'm actually kind of afraid for this one because I don't know if they did something that's appeasing me. And I am Spider-Man. Most
people say that, like most people that seen it say they liked it. So that's interesting.
I think Spider-Man, like I'm not as afraid of this one as I have been in some of these other movies I've been afraid of. But that's the future. That is this. Any final thoughts before we go to the next thing?
It's hard to fuck up Spider-Man, bro.
Any final
My only final thought is this.
Spider-Man.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a damn near bulletproof IP. There are people that like every incarnation of Spider-Man, whether you're a Toby guy, an Andrew guy, or a Tom guy. There's somebody for all of them.
Spider-Man,
I love
it.
I don't care for the Andrew Garfield.
I can say that before I give it to you, Nico. I can say, yeah, there are people that love all 3 Spider-Man. There also is proof that Spider-Man has had to be redone 3 times because they screwed up the first 2 trilogies. So I cannot see act like there's not a bad.
You can say that about Batman too, but technically,
yeah, Batman's worse.
Still make money from it.
No,
But
you can
still
still
gonna
make money, but
when
the
you
movie
do it.
could be
Put your
bad.
name
Yeah,
on
you
it.
can make money, but the movie could still be bad.
Oh, I ain't saying the movie ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but
be
you
bad. I'm
gotta
talking about
remember at
making
the
money
end
off
of the
of it. It's
day,
Oh,
guaranteed.
okay, you talking about making
hold on.
money.
What
Oh,
Spider-Man
I'm just
Okay,
is
well,
saying he
money
really
gonna
wise, yeah.
bad?
succeed in that way.
Huh?
So my only point that I'm gonna make about this is I'm just gonna say that I love Kanye West. I do not love everything about him. He can be ruined. So there's that. In regards to music,
I don't know.
there's a
I saw you
I
with the
stop.
replica swastika chain.
I do not have that. And then also, secondly,
He's even got a knockoff leather
Let her finish. Let
Klansman
her finish.
outfit.
and my last thing on the Marvel universe, I mean not Marvel, but DCU going forward on this panel that we have right now, like what we got going on with the list that I'm seeing right now. Um, Man, Supergirl, Superman are way too lighthearted for what you already gave us with this particular Batman. Are they supposed to tie in? Or are they saying these are separate stories? That's where I'm at with that. But if you're going to somehow tie in this particular Robert Pattinson, Batman in with this Superman and Super, I don't see it happen. I don't see him just making a random joke about how sad he is because this particular Batman / Penguin universe is way different than the ones that these two naive ass Superman, Supergirl live in. So
Oh no, they're
I
in
don't
different
see it.
universe. They're in different
And I
universes.
feel it has to be different universes. I
Yeah,
don't
they got a
see it.
new
So
Batman that's coming soon. Supposed to.
okay, then that's what it's gonna have to be because this is not good.
Convoluted is a motherfucker. But we use that to transfer over to the next thing that was not so convoluted, but it was bad. We also bring up the nice and wonderful Miss Ebony Moonbeam because she wanted to make sure to be as a part of the
Queen.
Hello.
Um,
Hello.
but we bring her up because the next thing that happened this week. Hello there. We just made it to this ugly verses that happened over the course of this week. That people were excited for at first. It was B2K or Omarion and Friends versus Pretty Ricky. And this was one of the first times, I believe, in versus history that a team got completely swept. Supposedly, that Pretty Ricky won
I mean, look at
every
that list and tell me which one.
single set
I
list
mean,
one on one.
You
that's the
should
word
you
on
should
the
have
street.
literally got Zelme to send you a screen recording of just all of our text messages. We had like a whole commentary, the two of us, during the like last half of verses. That shit is hilarious.
I'm not gonna lie. I turned this versus on, and the first thing I thought about was why they look like that. Shout out to Pleasure P for carrying this whole thing because he
But
killed
I
it.
mean,
But the rest of these
B2K was
niggas,
never. Did B2K have hits like that?
I don't
we
even think Pleasure
no.
carried it
This would
because
have been
it's a
this was
known
the cheat
thing
sheet
that
that was shared
I
before
don't
the verses.
I
This
don't
was
think Pleasure carried it because I believe that it was a known thing going into the versus battles that yes B2K was the bigger band, but like album wise, Pretty Ricky got it. Like the Blue Stars album is just disgustingly good.
Oh, I
You
was talking
know,
about
like
sound wise. I was talking about sound wise.
I have so many memories on that album. It's not even funny. And so I think that Pretty
Freaky
Ricky just
bro.
overall just has hits that transcend music charts and shit. Like Pretty Ricky was kind of like the B2 like the underground B2K. Like if you didn't want to sit and listen to the same shit on the radio every damn day. And then Pretty Ricky had made it to the point where they were on the radio doing their thing and shit like that. But like also solo artists and stuff. People like to sleep on Pleasure, but his music was making hits. You know what I'm saying? So I think that versus battle showed. I hope it showed Amarion that he's not the nigga that he think he is, and it's crazy
Wow,
because
you
that was the
woo,
comments. Like the comments
woo.
were saying that, and I was feeling that too. And you could tell, and it was, and you know, I had low key forgot that he had just kind of lost the versus battle against Mario. So
Mhm.
it wasn't pretty in those shots of them like zooming in while they're like having some type of conversation amongst each other and shit like that. Like you can tell them niggas is mad.
But
They were
Mobile, I'm
feeling
not
some
gonna
type
lie.
of
I don't
way.
think it helped his ego at all because
It did not help his
I'm
ego
gonna
at
just
all.
say that I'm just gonna say this. This is why I'm gonna say it didn't lower it because Pretty Ricky gave him compliments while dissing everybody else the entire time. Like, oh y'all might well
Oh
have a
yeah, they
Mario in this
shout
thing.
out O so many times. They were like, "Good looking out, O." Shout out to Oak for coming through with the hits or whatever. Like this shit
Because
is so
y'all,
funny.
he said after this performance, oh, ain't gonna never want to be with y'all again. Stuff like that.
I mean,
I'm trying to play all his songs just to make
No, do you know how crazy it is for a group? Do you know how crazy it is for a group like B2K that is as big as they were, or whatever, to announce during the versus battle that they're about to drop a new album and so that they're gonna do a new song, and everybody in the comments were hot. They was like, "Nigga, what the fuck is this?" They was like, someone said, "Unrelease it." Like, it was. Oh gosh, it was the comments were the icing on the cake for me. At one point, Pleasure P just says, "Put the brooms in the chat so these niggas know it's a sweep." And there was not one comment for a good like 4 minutes straight that wasn't a bunch of brooms.
I mean, it was pretty bad. Like nobody can say it a lot. Like it was pretty bad. It was probably like one of the, if not the most. I think to what Sale said, it might be the most one-sided verses that they have ever had, and it's been some pretty rough verses all day.
Bro, they played Don, and then they did grind with me, and it was over. I like, damn, this is the only chance y'all had.
Like it was just really
They
bad.
had one chance, so they said no.
Honestly,
it was just really bad.
I don't remember a bunch of B2K shit, but I'm also
B2K had
but they were smart to say bump 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 for like later in the game, but then then Ricky played Hotline, and I was like, damn. I'm like, bump bump bump's a forever bop, but Hotline still eats to this day. Like you can play Hotline right now in a room full of niggas, and they gonna kill it.
And then Amarion decided after the show he can't go out like this and decided to play his song.
Yeah, he's
so
like,
bro,
he had to do it. Like, bro, I ain't going out like this. I did that in a football game once. I did not run the route they told me to run. I said, I'm not going out like this. I got in trouble for it, but I said, man, fuck that. Throw that bitch deep, bro.
And then he got the mic and he went out like that.
And then he still didn't do much.
Like the moral of that story is they did not throw me the ball, and I got in trouble. They said, "Why didn't you run the route we told you to run?" I said, "I wasn't going out like that." And so the same amount of failure applies.
Pretty Ricky had songs left over, so it's like it just didn't make much of a difference.
They did. They had an unskippable. They had an unskippable album.
Like where the heart used to be just to try to get a win. It got
trying to do. They put Hail Marys.
Now I will say this. So I will say this. When it comes to the crowd that night, I felt like they were trash. Like I feel like it was a real generation there. Like you could tell that these were people that like were like 2 years old when B2K and Pretty Ricky were doing their thing or whatever. Because the comments were doing what they were supposed to do. The fans in the building, it was bad.
Not like, red, though.
Even on Pretty Ricky's side, like they were so mid. I couldn't remember the last time I saw a crowd that mid before, and I don't think I've ever seen one that mid at a versus battle.
Except for the girl in the red, she held it down, and they strictly talked to her the whole time.
I mean, yeah, some of them like,
old girl in the red was holding it down, dog. She was by herself. She was like, I am jigging right now. And they even talked to her the whole time. Say, "Oh, I was talking to her first, but she the only one who's like into it."
Shout out to the Jiggalate Nation in Indianapolis. We appreciate them. Don't let them hate. Let them jiggalate.
Once you run through the first 5 songs for B2K, it was gonna get.
They even changed this list, Murray.
No. This is the list of before the verses.
Yeah, they changed it because they started playing Mario Icebox and all.
Yeah, this is the actual set list of what it was. It was rough. It was very, very rough.
They was fighting for their lives, and this my only thing about it is that like going into it, you would be like B2K was the bigger, more hype band because you would go into Nickelodeon. And them cats was on there, and then Smart Guy, Marcus Houston, B2K, those faces were notable. Pleasure P and them, Pretty Ricky, they came out of nowhere and just had like no skip albums. But my thing is, I'm a Christian man. Them songs was too vulgar for me at the time, so I was definitely pushed towards. I was pushed more towards B2K, and I would think that they would have won from mainstream. But man, no, Pleasure P and them just got it, dog. They just got it. They just have better songs when it
Let's
comes
be
down
honest.
to
I'm
it.
gonna be honest.
So
We
I
heard
want to
probably
say this.
5
I want to
B2K
say
songs.
this. I want us to stop saying. Wait, I want to say this. I want us to stop saying Pleasure P and them because I really do believe that versus battle was won because Pretty Ricky's discography was just better. Now, if it was the other way around, now saying Omarion and Friends, now that to me makes perfect sense because of how that was going. But the hits were there for Pretty Ricky. Like they didn't necessarily need to bring any Pleasure P songs in there, in my opinion, to beat B2K. But
Oh no, what I
B2K
say
already
And let
saw
me
the
be
writing on the walls,
one at a
and
time,
that's
one at a time.
why they ended up. And they already saw the writing on the walls, and that's when they started to change their set list to throw in Omarion shit or whatever. And I don't know if you even knew that, if y'all paid attention, but at one point, like Omarion does something, and then he does like then Pleasure P comes and he does a little acapella thing, and then he says, because then people want him to go back and forth. He says at one point, "We're not gonna do this." He was like, "This is not what we're here for. We're here for the band back and forth." Like, yeah, and honestly, he probably should have said, "If y'all niggas want to pay me for another versus battle, then we can have this one-on-one battle." For a second there, I
That'd
thought
be
it was gonna
interesting.
be like off, like Lemonade Mouth, Disney like Disney style, like Lemonade Mouth. I thought they were about to have a mic off. That shit was. I was ready for them to go like toe to toe, but I'm glad that they kept it with what they were there for. This isn't the solo artist battle. This is a group battle, and ultimately, I also feel like Pretty Ricky's music, just like you said, when you first started listening to Pretty Ricky, it was a little grown or whatever.
Mhm.
So I feel like it carried well with us because now we are grown. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, Bump 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 hits for us out of nostalgia, but not because it necessarily means anything to us compared to, you play Get a Little Closer and I'm having flashbacks. I'm plotting. Like there are so many things that can happen just by playing Get a Little Closer. So, like that whole, like I said, the Blue Stars album was disgustingly good. It was an unskippable album, and it didn't get the love that it deserved. So I'm glad that they got to get the shine that they deserved here, because people would have always tried to put B2K over it. But I feel like the internet said it first. If you go back and look at like commentary before the versus battle, almost everybody that I saw said that Pretty Ricky was winning, and I felt the same.
Zell, you next.
Right.
But
I just want to just real quick, just a quick rebuttal to that. Just a quick rebuttal. I just want to say, like, because out of all of Pretty Ricky, I only knew of Pleasure P. I don't even know if there's a person named Ricky or Pretty. So that's why B2K would have had the edge for me going into it, just because I'm like, they're known. Everybody's got to love them, right? But then as they played the songs, I was like, I like them songs better than I like these B2K. Like, I think they were mainstream media people that just did whatever the production companies told them to do, whereas Pleasure P
Very
had a
much
whole
so.
different vibe. So that's where I'm at, and that's why they win. So that's why I was throwing it out there. Like, but I really don't know anybody else's name in Pretty Ricky,
Oh
but I
yeah,
know that they
the
have
only
better
reason
bangers.
I specified is because I didn't want people that didn't get to watch the battle think that Pretty Ricky won because Pleasure P or whatever. That's the only reason why I was saying that, because
Overall
I feel
performance,
like, and now
absolutely.
if B2K would have won, it would have absolutely been because of Omarion. Like it would have been because of all his additions. But I don't think that it was necessary for a Pleasure P edition. And I think they only played like maybe one or two solo Pleasure P songs.
Yeah, that was at the end when Omarion did it, and then
that was at the end when he was doing it with him or whatever. So yeah.
But
No,
the reason I
what was
say
crazy?
Pleasure P.
Wait, before I get off of this though. What was crazy was when Omarion sang a portion of, I can't remember what song it was he was singing. He sang it, and then Pleasure P came back and said sang the exact same verse. I said, "Oh shit. Does he sound better than him on his own shit?" I was like, "Oh shit," and then he cut it. So I was like, "Damn." But there is a scene. There's a
I'm with
scene
you on
somewhere
that.
there, like Omarion is gonna sing like a clip of a snippet of one of his songs or whatever, and then Pleasure P does it right after, and I was like, "Oh shit." So yeah,
But-
if y'all get a chance to go find that clip, go find that.
But I'm just gonna say, the reason I kept mentioning
Also, he
Pleasure
was
P.
pitchy. Am I tripping, or was Omarion pitchy?
At times he was. But
Did he
the
seem
reason I
pitchy?
want
Okay,
the reason I
okay.
bring up Pleasure P, because I'm gonna say this, he the only one to me that's like fully to me that was in full singing shape from Prime. So I like, and it's a noticeable how great he is. Like he is
excellent.
Prime. Yeah, everybody else kind of, even the raps a little bit like he getting winded a little bit. Pleasure P, like I'm like, okay. Now song wise, it don't matter.
Well, that was 20 years ago. That was 20 years ago.
It don't
at that
matter.
peak, boy.
Like I said, it don't matter.
But he still be doing it. He still got that gut on him, and he sang. You could hear him singing. He was like he sang.
Yeah, that's why I said when he came after Mario and Son the same verse, I had no question about that at all. Like I'm like, okay, he on another level than everybody on his.
He sounded so much better than him. It was crazy.
Yeah, because like you could he the only one still singing. The rest of them like, oh, we just do this for he like, okay, I still practice this. But that's why I bring up Pleasure P when I say Pleasure P them, because I'm talking about just sound wise when they perform, it sounded better. Not now even if he didn't sound good, it just the songs. I will sing the song myself at certain part for Pretty Ricky. A lot of B2K songs was skips on the album, so I knew that. By the way, when a lot of B2K songs, I'm not gonna lie, we only know 5 of them, dog. Let's be real.
If it didn't make it to the radio, if it didn't make it to the radio, it was not something that people would even remember like that. Like
Agreed.
And Pleasure goes, wait, was that a song? And they go, yeah. And I was thinking the same thing. And I'm like, I grew up with a B2K poster. I went to the fucking Millennium Tour. I've seen them in concert. And I did not know whatever song that was that they had sang. I was like, I have no idea what song this is. If
niggas was not buying that album.
Was like, wait, was that one of y'all songs? They was like, was that one of y'all songs? And they were like, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's 6 songs that you know from B2K. Let's just be perfect. It's the first 5 and then done. Then them the only songs anybody know.
Nick Cannon didn't show up at all.
Nick Cannon didn't show up at all. But most of the time, you remember their solos and those 6 songs.
Because it's B2K and Nick Cannon, Trackmaster's Party Jumping.
And then I realized that B2K got all them songs with Diddy. So it's kind of awesome.
Oh shit!
Oh, you foul for that, but yeah, you're right.
Yo, look it up.
He was on everybody's shit.
No, you're not lying, bro. You're not lying, bro. Hey, Diddy was on everybody's shit. Diddy was on everybody's shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at this track list, and there's some song they couldn't play because I don't know why they got Girlfriend Pied Piper remix. That was weird to have Pied Piper. Did they play Bada Boom?
There's a lot of awkward plays.
Very.
Why did B2K play Bada Boom? Yeah, they did play it. I just probably didn't pay attention.
But. All right, we will move on. So, as I have an assortment of videos to nicely fill up this hour-long slide or something close to it, I will give the honor of the Afro Comedy, who has been nice and patient, this last time. Afro Comedy, I have 4 levels of videos, 4 being the highest and most egregious and probably the most screwed up stuff, down to 1, which is not going to be that bad. All of them will give you some league of discussion. And of course, he wants the number 4. All right. So which one is going to be the most egregious that he's going to be the most upset? Well, not him, because the Afro Comedy is going to care regardless.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2.
I'm the director of African Affairs now. I need to change I'm still the head HR, but I'm also the director of African Affairs.
All right. So the one that's going to be the most upsetting. All right, then. Remember, Zell.
To deal with the most upsetting things first as the head of HR.
All right. Let's get it cracking, nigga. This will probably be, I don't know if it's going to be the most divisive, but it will be divisive. Get that out the way. There's a woman
here now, though, so anything can be divisive.
I'm not going into that, but luckily this does involve a young lady herself. But I'll let this person give the context.
This girl made a TikTok claiming she was being discriminated against because her school withheld her diploma after graduation, and she says she's being discriminated against. But during her graduation ceremony, when she was walking across the stage, she decided to do a split. Now, a split, you know, I've seen people do backflips, I've seen people Vogue do death drops. A split, that could be acceptable, you know, it could go either way, you know. So obviously people were tuned into her story because they wanted more details. They wanted to know what happened. How did you get your diploma withheld? She says that she made all the administrators aware that she was gonna do a split. She did it, she walked across the stage, and the person who was holding her diploma would not give it to her. They kept telling her to walk back and forth, and at the end of the day, she ended up being escorted out by security. Now, you know how people do. They was about to raise hell on TikTok at this school demanding this girl get her diploma back until she dropped the video of what she did. Now, girl, you know you dead wrong for that. You know you dead. I'm gonna put what she did in the comments so y'all can judge for yourself and decide whether or not she was out of line at graduation. But in my opinion, girl, what you did was inappropriate. Put that thing down.
Action was hilarious to that movie. Zell, were they wrong?
Listen, I don't know why you would go on a graduation stage and start twerking, but okay. I don't know. No hate to you, but all right. So, I don't know. No, she did twerk it then, but I don't like. Okay, congratulations. Listen, that's why. See, and I hate it too. This how they get away with this shit too. They be like, "Hey, y'all support this bullshit." I don't. But do you? I don't. Hey, man.
Were they wrong for withholding her diploma at that moment, at that instant? They didn't give it to her when she got. No, they didn't give it to her when she got rid of it. They told her.
They did right. Listen, you can get this shit later on. Get your ass up today.
Oh, you was a hating ass nigga, man. You was a hating ass nigga.
Afrikami, your thoughts? Were the school wrong or not?
No, they were on whole shit, yo. How much? Yo, this was a college graduation, right?
No, this high school, I think.
Oh, I thought it was college.
No.
I'm gonna do my research, but if I remember right, it's high school. It's not college.
Oh, if it's high school, then yeah, they should have withheld her diploma. I thought this was a college graduation. I was about to be like, yo, this bitch paid to go here. Give her her fucking diploma, nigga. It don't matter if she threw a little ass.
Afro said that public school education.
Yeah, 18 years. Yeah, 18 years.
Afro said that's my tax dollars paying for your school. You don't work on that thing when it's mine.
Yeah, this is high school.
Sorry, guys. I missed out on the conversation. What are we talking about? I had to go hump a ottoman for a second.
Afro thought she paid for this girl to twerk on stage. Yeah. So he thought she paid for it.
Okay.
So
okay.
I'll explain in a second, Nico. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
But since he's paying for it, since it's public high school, he don't like it no more.
Well, no, it's just hold on. No, it's a different vibe. If she's graduated from college, this is a full grown woman. Okay, that's one thing. That is, even though the girl is 18, fucking, it was still a high school. I don't think school's the place to sexualize anything, in my opinion.
Okay, that's fair.
So like I said, if it was college, you're fucked up.
It's probably the most least scumbag thing you've ever said.
No, I'm a real scumbag. Scumbags are used to keep the refuse and negative energy away from the masses by containing them.
Okay.
No, it's a very
Monterey, can you show the video one more time? Because my internet.
I will, don't worry.
It's a very different vibe with her being a high school student. So yes,
but what's funny is I didn't have to see it, but I knew it was a twerk.
Then I am going to say, then yeah, they should have withheld her diploma. I mean, she still got it in the end, but listen, your high school graduation is not the place to be throwing ass. Save it for your college graduation where you've actually paid for school yourself.
All right, so Unico and Ebony, make sure they explain. So the context of this is that this girl, she was at her high school graduation, walking across the stage.
You can take
the video of what happened. I'm gonna show what happened, but basically, And as a result of what she chose to do, the school temporarily withheld her diploma and they didn't give it to her at the time when she was walking. And they ended up escorting her out by security because she ended up having a problem with it. So this is what she did. You know, they caused so much of an issue.
Yeah. I'm not happy with that display, as those were the colors that I walked across the stage with.
That's so funny.
So with that being said, that is not a representation of me or any former Bearcat. That's not. I mean, yes,
Oh my God.
we go to jail and we get felonies and all type of things, but at the end of the day, that is not representation of us at that point in time. I'm just saying.
Are you talking about? Okay. It's funny because when you said that she had gotten that she had told everyone that she was gonna do a split and this and that, but then the lady wouldn't give it to her, I was muted, but I literally said, I bet you she twerked when she dropped. Like I bet you that's what she did. And so now I'm correct. I see that. Yeah. If this is high school.
She's 18, this high school. This is high school.
Yeah, so I definitely understand like that there's a time and a place for everything. I get it, you've worked hard, you want to celebrate and stuff, but I just feel like there's so many other ways to celebrate. And the fact that they even allowed you to like do a, like you told them you were going to do a split and they said yes, that's fine or whatever, like that in and of itself you should be grateful for. But this is why people don't give inches, because others then take miles. And then now every grad person that's going to graduate moving forward ain't going to get to celebrate or whatever the way they want to, because she didn't have to bounce. Like the split was cool, but you know, I do
believe that there are people that are great gymnasts that could have done that split and it would have made sense right then and there, and that as an accomplishment for what they've done in their high school career. Now we're thinking about what are you going to be when you get out of high school, because that is very indicative of what you. And she could be, I guess, she could be good at that at this point. I don't know. I'm just.
I don't think any of that. Like she's a teenager. Like that's how teenagers dance. Like I'm not reading that far into it. As
her dad, you better not. That's where I'm at. As your dad,
I guess you should go ask her dad how he feels.
My child just graduated in those same purple and gown, purple. My child just graduated and she did the whoa, and I was like, wow, that's so outside of her character. Like I was taken aback. If she were to do this, that would fuck me up. Do you understand? That would fuck me up. She did the whoa, and I was like, oh wow.
Just make it make sense podcast.
But to finish off this wonderful show, you know, had to make it. To finish it off, you know, I got to do like I did last week because the reactions to that was so funny, so I have to do it again.
What time is it?
1. I don't know how to read time.
What time is it?
2:30. That's like 2:30.
What time is it?
It's 12:41.
What time is it?
2.
What time is it?
2 o'clock.
What time is it?
9:30. Oh no, hold on.
Take your time.
She 50.
What time is it?
What the? That clock don't make no sense. This is the short clock, right? That's for the hour, right? It's gonna either be on a number. It ain't gonna be in the middle.
So what time is it?
I'm gonna say 9:45.
What time is it?
10:30.
What time is it?
9:30.
What time is it?
It's 9:30.
What time is it?
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 9:35.
What time is it?
9:45.
What time is it?
9:35.
What time is it?
Nah, what's up with your clock? Because your clock's not making sense, man.
You know how to read a clock?
Yes, I be looking at clock every day, man.
So what time is it?
6:45.
What time is it?
6:45.
What time is it?
6:45.
What time is it?
It's 6:45.
What time is it?
It's 6:45.
What time is it?
10, 20, 28.
What time is it?
It's giving 5:40.
What time is it?
Pass, I'm passing.
What time is it?
It's about 10, 20 something.
Read the index card.
Our national preservation project required meticulous planning and substantial funding.
Read the index card.
Reclamation require
extraordinary vulnerability and emotional accountability.
Okay. Read the index card.
The gradual deterioration of the infrastructure requires some social rehabilitation efforts. What the fuck type of words you putting on this hoe?
Read the index card.
Her concussions, operation reveal species anticontinence in the documentation.
Read the index card.
The remarkable confidential encounter permitted it constable specification afterward.
Can I say something? Can I say something first?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I don't know if y'all recall this, but I have actively spoken about at least 2 or 3 times, either on this show or casual conversations, that when I went to treatment, that there was a girl there, and at the time she was like 22. And you don't have any electronics or anything like that when you're in fucking rehab. And we're sitting there, and she asked me one day what the time was. And I was like, the clock's right there. And she told me that she couldn't read it. And so then I started asking other people there that were close to her age, like if they could read the physical clock, and they couldn't. And so I've actively talked about how this generation can't read a clock because they've always had like digital things like phones and tablets. They cannot read a clock. So I'm just glad that there's even more proof of how stupid this generation is. But this is exactly why the study came out and said that this is the first generation ever to ever exist that has not been smarter than the previous generation. So kudos to you, dumbasses. Kudos to you.
You need to go smart.
So I'm thinking about this is a segue from one older daughter to a younger daughter. 100% going to make sure that my 6-month-old knows how to read a clock. She needs to know that because 12:41 is crazy. In that situation, 12:41, really? I don't ever want my child to ever be caught on camera not knowing that. Like, that's crazy. So this is giving me a lot to aspire for, and I'm understanding what people are lacking, what children are lacking right now, and that I have my own that is a whole whiteboard, clear, blank slate of what I need to teach her, because she need to know all things before us, get to where we at, and then that's how you make things better. And so these videos you showed me today are 100% reasons why dads need to be present. Because what the fuck is that?
Africa 765.
I'm sorry. I want my child to be very smart. I'm sorry. Just she needs to know all things.
I apologize. I'm very smart, and my dad was in my life, so.
Africa.
I don't fucking know, bro. It's very sad, yo, if I'm gonna keep it a stack. Like, because here's the thing. If we're gonna be completely honest, fucking they're never going to have to look at an analog clock. The same way with like where kids aren't writing anymore. You gotta think. Yeah, but hopefully they won't go to jail.
How do you feel about cursive? I'm just a quick question. How do you feel about cursive, Afro?
But here's the thing: we're coming to a point in time where these kids aren't even going to be writing soon, bro. It's going to be all text. Like it's all going to be done on a keyboard, or it's all going to be done on a keyboard of some sort. So we're coming to a point where, like, I'm shorthand is everywhere. Everything's in shorthand now. But I think with cursive, like that's one thing. I've got the handwriting of a fucking person with Parkinson's. So like my cursive's garbage anyways. But like the reading of a clock is a little more distressing to me because, like I said, pretty soon nobody's going to be really writing things. Most stuff's going to be done on a keyboard in text format. But the clock is a little disconcerting.
It's a part of learning. It's a part of memorization.
Well, yeah. Well, no, but I'm saying most of these kids are learning electronically. You got to think there's a whole generation of children who went through
read a
school
clock. They
fucking
can't write in cursive.
electronically.
They can't read because
Well, hey,
they're
I
so
got a
busy
10-year-old
using
I got
electronics
an
and
11-year-old
shortening
niece
real
that
words
can write
that then
cursive
they
and
don't even
speak
know
Spanish.
what the word is when they see it, even though they write it all the time. They just write it in shorthand, but they couldn't recognize the real word if it was right in their face. That's a problem.
Zelmay,
I mean,
teaching music.
what can you do, yo? It is.
Sorry, this is podcast. This is podcast.
Shit.
I was
The
trying to
education
get a hold
system
of
can be better. We
podcast.
can start there.
Listen, Keeping that music theory comes out tomorrow at 9:00. So maybe you can learn something. I use a bunch of big words on the screen. It's a whole presentation. I put out a whole presentation. It's nice. I use music theory and words like that.
Look at the nigga promo and.
But I do want to say this. I get what you're saying that kids don't have to use it no more, and it's a thing you can online classes, online homework. You can just look up the answers. Everything in life is easy to you. The problem with that is when situations is not easy to you happen, you lack critical thinking and ability to be creative.
That's true.
But you always get an answer from ChatGPT. You always get an answer from something else. What do I do here? And it's gonna lead to when somebody programmed the ChatGPT to tell you to do something, everybody gonna go a certain way that everybody won't. And it's nobody going to fight against it because everybody has these lack of critical thinking that everybody has. Okay, I don't need to know how to use an analog clock. What if one day you do?
Are you anti-vision?
Knowledge is power. I look at a phone every day. I don't remember the last time I had the actual look at like an analog clock. However, if I look at it, I know that I can read the bitch. It's no different than them teaching us about learning how to, like the fact that back in the day, people knew how to read maps. If an EMP goes off and we lose all technology, can you get around your own damn city? Out of your own city without GPS and shit like that. These aren't necessarily things that you that are required to end up being a successful person in like when it comes to like work and shit, but I feel like it makes you an overall more well-rounded individual.
I think
there's gonna be a time where people don't know how to use their hands for shit.
I do think it helps in work. I do think it helps in work.
Zelmay, one question. I'm just saying, was Ultron right or not? I'm gonna shut up.
Shoot, he about to be at the where his technology going. But I do want to say this. I think it does help in work. It separates you. If everybody know how to use AI, okay. AI say I should do this. But when everybody do the same, everybody go this way, can you be a trendsetter in your marketing and your business or something to make
AI
you
still learns from somewhere else.
Yeah,
so you're still mimicking someone else.
Yeah. So are you going to be actually creative enough to figure out how to do something on your own? When your business need to stand out, and there's 100 businesses, there's 100 YouTube videos. You want to be a content creator, you want to be a Twitch streamer, and you just follow everybody else and then wonder why you don't stand out because you look like everyone else.
Everybody else.
In a job, it's the same thing at a job.
And people think
you put your resume up.
It's unique. It's like, no, everybody else went to ChatGPT.
Your resume looks like everybody else's. Your everything you do looks like everyone else's. When you speak, you ask ChatGPT for advice on how to do your thing. You say the same thing everybody else say. Guess what? When the person comes in and doesn't say the same thing, everyone be like, that person is unique. That's different.
No, but listen to this. When it comes to that, like what you just said too, about how you speak and stuff. So I don't know if y'all were paying attention, like maybe a couple weeks ago when that viral like prompt was going on where everybody was like putting in a specific prompt and it was like giving you like a breakdown and it had like the little photos and shit or whatever. So it was funny because a lot of people did it on my timeline. And then finally I was like, okay, well, I'll do it. And so I did it on mine, and you can tell that because of how people are talking and how people are asking, or maybe they just don't use it as often or whatever, like so many people's looked damn near identical in so many ways, whereas mine looked completely different. Whether it was like it was stylized different, it pulled different things with the exact same prompt and stuff. And it's because I talk to it, and I don't talk to it in terms of like, tell me to do this. I talk to it in terms of I want to do this, and this. Like I don't go in there and say, hey, give me a way to go viral. I say, okay, I have this game that I want to play or whatever with this and this. This is how I want it, blah, 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 blah. make it to where it's seamless, like shit like that. So now it already knows how I think. Like I'm coming up with this idea, and so you could tell just by just something as simple as like this little viral thing, you could see how many, like how everything was like set up and shit.
We will leave on that note. Zell,
remember, the first person that does it first is gonna get all the credit, and maybe even the next 5. But once you copy everybody else, it's gonna be a lot less successful for you.
Where can we find you?
You can find me being creative at Keep It 99 or overall99media.org. Like I said, tomorrow 10 a.m. Eastern. You see it at the bottom right here. Keep It 99 Music Theory. Me and Hollywood Sensei, we break down Brenda's Got a Baby. It's amazing. It's an amazing show. I think it was great. He really liked it. It's a really good show. We break down how similarities between 1991 when he told the problems and all the structural things that happened in 1991 that he was describing. We break it down to see how it affects in 2026, and we break it down. And it's about an hour long, so it's actually a long discussion. And we're gonna keep doing it every week because it's really fun. Next week I'll be solo though, and then we're gonna do bi-weekly as a group and then 1 week solo. So it's gonna be a fun time with music theory. Don't Piss Me Off. It came out this morning. If you want to watch that, I just broke down Stephen A. Smith and how not just him, but a lot of people told me they don't watch the WNBA, but they had a way to create a narrative on the WNBA and didn't have any information about the narrative. They just said what they saw Twitter say, which added to more narrative because people trust what they say. They the sports people say. So I have a big problem with that, and it pissed me off. And I only did one, and I went for a walk, so it was a good thing.
Then we have the public figure Unico Williams. Where can they find you?
They can find me. There's like so many cats around me. I start calling them pod cats, and
my boy about to get jumped.
It might be a problem. There's fed them some potatoes, but at the end of the day, Unico Williams, UNIQO Williams, man, we are back to it. Toy Story 5 or 6, where we at? 5, yeah. Toy Story 5 review coming up next. Make sure that y'all watch the Supergirl review, and then also this channel is the one that you need to be on because we did an actual real deal review on that one. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. I'm gonna try and watch that. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about it because I just feel like that Hanna-Barbera era. It was kind of ass. All right, kind of.
People said they liked it though. People really liked it.
Maybe they did Prince Adam justice, but it's just like, man, I be trying to watch Thundercats and man, this shit kind of ass, bro. This shit kind of ass, bro. This ain't nothing. This ain't no Spider-Man that I know. You know what I mean? We got that going on. Leviticus. I got a review for y'all coming for that. And then this is gonna be a big summer. I mean, I got Spider-Man coming up soon. Don't forget, we got Power kind of reviews together, kind of. I don't know. And then also we got the thing we do on Sundays, Mount Rushmore's. We got that popping. That's tomorrow. I can't wait for that too. And I'm gonna be on the road for this one. So who knows where I'm gonna be for that one? What state will I be in? Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin? Who knows? But definitely I'll be there for that show.
And then
the crazy noise we have in the background.
Shout out to the Debbie Moonbeams, like she's vanished, but we also do have the African 765.
Hey dude, there's this guy just punching his like car right now.
Maybe.
I'm about to turn around.
The African?
Yes, you can find me. You can find me at African 765 on all platforms. You can catch me Wednesdays on the Blurred Cartels Roundtable. You can catch me Thursdays on Casually Conversating with Zelme and the lovely Miss Moonbeam when she decides to join us. Fridays, you can catch me Friday night. Catch me on Friday night. This last Friday, we just gave you our Clash of Champions prediction. Your boy went 6 for 6 on predictions. So, Clash of Champions review coming soon, either sometime tonight, maybe tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, you know the vibe, something flagrant, something inflammatory. Come join the Friday Night Your Discord. Watch wrestling with us.
Yeah, thank you. And then, of course, we do have, of course, myself, Murray Hudson, there where it says Murray Hudson, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. It still exists. And, of course, on Make It Make Sense, the podcast on Saturdays. Let you know where to find us on YouTube and on Facebook. We thank you all for watching another wonderful, gracious, episode of hilariousness and craziness and whatever happens in the world over the course of the week that we want to report on. Thank you all for watching. We appreciate you all, and that's about it.
Hey, who's number 22 for the Philadelphia 76ers, and why would somebody have the jersey on?
You got to ask that to Zell.
Okay, I'll ask that later, but he's punching the windows out.